Oh.
Alrighty, welcome back everybody to our Tech Bytes summer program, sort of kind of welcoming me back today to our summer programs of Tech Bytes here today as well. We are approaching the 7th week of our summer programs here at the Schaumburg Library. Today is going to be our 7th week of our MIT App Inventor class. And as always, guys, thank you so much for coming out here today. It is awesome to see that we've added a bunch of new faces and new people with whom I hope to interact with more over the next 2 weeks as we are approaching the end of our Tech Bytes summer schedule. But overall, it's great to see that we've added more people coming out. Keep on spreading the word about computer science and stuff we can do. And yeah, it is great to be back today to our Tech Bytes programs coming out here to teach as well. Before I do get started, a quick little thank you to Joe and Lobby especially for taking over for these past couple of weeks, leading these classes. I'm sure you guys have gotten accustomed to Lobby getting out started with the alrighty. She's been doing a great job, so a huge thank you does go out to her as well. And yeah, exactly, a yay Lobby in the chat. Everybody copy and paste that right now. But yeah, we are back. The duo is back, so we'll be finishing off these past 2 weeks strongly, and hopefully you guys are excited to finish off this summer on a high note as well. So you guys do know who I am, and for those of you who do not know, we do have some new faces today. My name is Rena. I graduated from James B. Cohen High School about 2 months ago, and college is fastly approaching. In the next month, I'll be going to the University of Illinois Chicago, majoring in, you guessed it, computer science. But for those OGs we have here, you guys have noticed that I haven't been here for about a month, and it's because I was on a sort of a vacation with my family the past couple of weeks before college got started. One last big family trip. We visited places like Greece, Turkey, and the motherland of Pakistan. Here are some pictures on the left. You guys can see.
Wow.
The visit. Pretty cool experience. A lot of fun. And yeah. And this picture on the bottom left actually is from yesterday at the Chicago Bears training camp. This is from at Hallis Hall, meeting some of the players of the Bears, which was pretty cool. Other than that, all these are from our recent trip. Akeem Hicks, yup, Joe. Akeem Hicks is top left right there. Super nice guy. All the players are super nice. Robinson, Hakeem Hicks, Roquan Smith. Pretty cool experience. Yeah. Chase, did I see any Coliseums? So although I did not see any Coliseums, did see a lot of old structures, especially in Greece. A lot of history there with the temples. They got a Poseidon, Zeus, the Greek gods. So definitely a lot there as well. So yeah, that's where I've been, guys. It's awesome to be back, but you guys already know what we are going to get back to, and then my partner as well.
All right, so I told you guys a little bit about what I did the past summer, about the hacker Zephyr, the train ride and all that. Here are a couple of pictures. Over here, actually you guys can't, let me annotate. This over here, anyone know who this is? I did mention it yesterday.
I forgot.
Ah, nice, very nice.
But I know you went to SpaceX.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah. You are so lucky.
Thank you. So yeah, we got to tour like the inside of SpaceX. We got to see like actual rockets that were being made. Pretty cool. That was this. But over here is his name is Tom Preston Werner. He is the founder of GitHub.
Oh wow!
Think about that. Yeah, so we got to like he joined us on the train like for 2 whole days, and I got to have like a 2-hour-long conversation with him, like as well as a lot of other people. But yeah, it was really inspiring, informative, and fun. So if you guys get a chance to meet cool people, do so. It's really inspiring. Over here is the Hack Club headquarters. It's in Vermont. Looks like a house, but it's really cool inside. Here's a bunch of us. This is me. And this over here is Cliff Stoll's house. This person is Cliff Stoll. He is the inventor of the Klein bottle. We kind of went over this. Okay, yeah. Joe is saying that I also met Jerry from Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream.
Wow.
I did not. No, okay, fine. I won't lie, but he did not say that mint chip was garbage.
Exactly.
But it is still garbage.
Wow. Well, you know, over the past month, I've been able to add many more sweets to the arsenal. Chocolate chip ice cream. if you guys like go to
Hey Ryan,
yeah, there goes.
I tried the mint chocolate chip, and the one that I had, it was actually, I'm not lying, it was actually pretty good.
No.
Exactly. Thank you.
No.
Honest opinions. We don't need some old recycled opinions out here. We need some new opinions right
Like
now.
no, like a few years ago, I didn't really liked it, but this time when I tried it, it was like amazing.
Exactly. You know, we're gonna have
Oh,
when
yeah.
we finish Tech Bites, we're gonna have a party, and then the only item served is gonna be mint chocolate chip ice cream. So all you guys know how good it is. All right.
This is discrimination.
Obviously, Lobney's not even invited at this point.
Oh, where are you guys gonna go? Uberwise? See you there.
We'll have to switch our menu.
If you can stop sharing the screen, I have like a really short video of something at Cliff Stoll's house that I found really cool. All right. I hope this plays well. Can you guys hear?
You guys do.
And see the screen. All right. So this over here is inside Cliff Stoll's house, inside his work room. He makes and ships Klein bottles, and to do so, he has a whole shipping thing like area underneath his house. And because like humans can't go inside here because it's pretty small, he made a whole robot to get like boxes for him. And it's a 1 minute 20-second video, and he'll show you how he did that.
Radio control.
This is Cliff Stoll over
all I
here.
did was took some radio controlled.
And he is a famous YouTuber too. His YouTube, like many people do love his YouTube channel.
It has a
It's
backup.
pretty interesting.
There's a camera going backwards. Right over there. And there's a forward going camera. It's on a servo, so I can look down, up.
He got like two cameras, one in the front, back.
Is that visible?
Yeah.
All right, so the problem that I have is I've got 1,000 bottles in boxes, and I have to go get them. So, yeah, I have to go get
He's
them.
a genius,
And
by
I
the
have
way.
to hide from my wife. Right. So, so this is the usual homebrew silliness. And this is a motor. For those of you who are into robotics, this is a motorcycle battery. And you'll see that's at the. You guys are into robots? This is what happens when you're a physics jock and you make a robot. When the only electronics that you know is burning your fingers with soldering irons. So you'll notice that it's sort of kludgy to say the least. But that's normal here.
All right, yeah. So that's the video. He's a genius. He's a very funny person. He tells the most amazing stories. You guys should definitely meet him if you get the chance.
I don't think I will.
And yeah, Joe, he even got the RC controller car wheel.
Pretty cool. And once again, it shows you the cool stuff we can do with tech, right? So it looks like he's transporting, making his life easier.
Yeah.
By transporting bottles. Pretty cool. All right. Well, I'm sure that we'll be sharing more and more about these awesome trips we've had over the past couple of weeks. What about you guys? Anybody do anything exciting? I know we had a 2-week break here with Tech Bytes too. What have you guys been up to?
I just chilled.
I had my cousin come over, so we have. I actually he's at my uncle's house right now. So yeah, we have been going to places and having fun.
Good. All right. Well, it seems like we've all been occupied doing some things, which is great to hear. Well, with that now, let's get back to our MIT App Inventor schedule and our Tech Bytes rhythm for the last 2 weeks we have coming up here. Today is the first week, and then tomorrow, next week will be the last week we have with our Tech Bytes summer program. More to come on that and how we'll be finishing out as well. But for today, pretty simple agenda. We're going to get started off with our riddle of the day, seeing who can crack that fastest, talking about our app development process and how that intertwines with the new app which we started off with the last time we saw each other in July. Without any further ado, let's get started off with our riddle for the day.
All right. What is as big as an Eiffel Tower but weighs nothing at all? I actually don't know this.
Rickroll?
And a hot air balloon? Wait, never mind.
What's something which has the same height as the tower, but has no mass? It weighs nothing.
Air?
Keep thinking, on the right track.
Money.
Goose
Just the paper. Oh wait, that actually weighs a little bit.
Not quite. Hot air balloons? No.
Space.
Well, how about hint? What is something you can't see when you're in space of yourself or near a black hole? Might put you guys in the right.
Light.
Keep on building on that. Ding, 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 ding. Ashna, there you go. You got it. What's as big as Eiffel Tower but weighs nothing as well? It's the shadow of the Eiffel Tower. The shadow is going to be the same height, but it's going to have no weight, right?
Well,
Wow.
technically, the shadow's length is as long as as tall as the tower, and but that only works if the sun is hitting it at the perfect place.
Okay, Mr. Technical. Yes, yes, yes. That is right. But the main idea is still the same. Ha ha ha. Thank you, Amish, for the laugh. Alrighty. Well, that concludes today's riddle. Looks like people were able to find Ashna able to crack it pretty quickly. Paritosh, I know, mind blown. Everybody's minds are currently blown. All right. Well, with that, now let's get to our app inventor. So I think at this point we all have the app, the MIT companion app, already downloaded. It's been a couple of weeks we've been going on, the whole summer actually. You've been doing this. You should have it downloaded just so that we can run and test out our app on our own devices. If you are new, do privately message us and we'll let you know. But if you go to the Play Store or the Apple App Store, search up the MIT companion app. It should be the first one. Go ahead and download that so that you can test out our apps today as well. Chasing, why does it feel all the riddles are meant to be cruel jokes? Well, it looks like that's how they've been, the path we're heading on, right? Tejas saying that you're new. So Tejas, if you do have a phone, tablet, iPad, whatever the case might be, if you can go ahead and search the MIT companion app. Today, when we're working on our app, Labdi will be stopping frequently just to test out the app so we can see it on our own device. So if you want to follow along and do the same as well, would recommend you go ahead and download the app as well.
Actually, Tejas, since we have been working on this app from before, what I'm gonna do is I have been sending I've been sending the code for the app so far. If you want to go through that, okay, if you want to go through that after the session and then catch up, we can finish that tomorrow, next week. Sorry. And today we'll just be adding a bunch of code. There is not much of testing because it's just we're adding code to the design that we have been adding before, for the past few weeks. But yeah, just follow along and ask any questions if you have. You don't have to code today.
All right, so
Okay. So last week's focus, the focus that we had 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago was we had the media and the components ready. We had to connect them, and that's what we did before. And then we started initializing global variables. Now that it didn't make sense back then to initialize the global score, global initial score, global best score back then, and we just set it to 0 and all that stuff. But today we're going to be using a lot of those global variables, and everything is going to start to fit into place. Today and next week will be a bunch of code. Ryan, can you go to the next slide? Perfect. Yeah, so for today and next week, there's going to be a bunch of code. And since we only have 2 weeks, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the code and you guys are going to understand it in the session, and then on your own you guys can copy that code, because using the blocks like drag and drop, it's kind of inconvenient to type really fast and all of that stuff. So just go along with me. Make sure you understand the code, and then I'll post it in the Google Classroom, and then you guys can copy it from there.
Also, if you go to the MIT App Inventor and then go to tutorials, that's where they have like the full tutorial for the Spike game.
Yeah, the only reason I haven't given that to you just right now is because we're like halfway there. Once we do finish next week, I'll give you guys that link. So in case someone isn't finished, they can finish up the app using that tutorial.
I'm totally new here, so I don't have the Google Classroom. So could you guys give me the link?
Oh yeah, definitely. The 1 week we don't add in Google Classroom slide. Let's see.
Oh, the link's in the chat, J-House.
Oh. All right. Let me share my screen. All right.
So where is this app you guys are opening on the computer?
Yeah, let me explain really quick. So the website that we use to create these apps in Android, it is called MIT App Inventor. It is very user friendly, unlike the IDEs or the platforms that actual developers make to make the apps that we use every day. So if you go to appinventor.mit.edu, or just search that up in Google and then create apps, it'll ask you to log in. Let me open up in incognito. Or actually, it's pretty simple. It's just going to ask you to log in using a Google account. Do you have a Google account, Tejas?
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay, perfect. Then just click or like sign in with Google. And if you haven't used this, just sign up with Google. Pretty easy. And then once you do that, it's going to send you to this page, like my projects, and then you can either start a new project or click on a previous project. You won't have any projects beforehand, so just start a new project. But this is our project that we've been working on. It already has a lot of components and media and like some blocks as well. So just like follow along, like just watch me do it. Ask any questions if you have about like the logic, the blocks, anything like that. And then you can stay after, and then I'll explain to you the rest of the procedure. But same goes with everyone else. Today will be a bit faster than what we've done previously. Previously, all of us followed along. You guys actually coded with me. But today, just understand the code that I have, and code like on your own, because again, we only have 2 weeks and we want to finish this project.
So
All right.
like you said, I don't have any project on there. So how do I get to this screen?
Yeah, Tejas, so basically you can start a new project, but right now you won't be able to do anything because, I mean, there's like components and media that you have to add. Why don't you stay after the session, like a couple of minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, and then I'll explain to you everything you'll need. All right?
Okay.
All right, sounds good. So let's review for like 2 minutes of what we did previously, like with actual code and stuff. We added components. That was very tedious, but easy. Then we added the media. You guys downloaded that. We are still missing 2 files here, which I haven't added. But Ayush, stop trying to workroll me. I am not going to click
I just got unfortunate news. I thought Ayush created a website. He probably messages me. And I clicked the link. I'm like, whoa, Ayush, okay, I see you with the HTML skills. And then
Rickroll generator? What is that?
No, as soon as I saw the accept cookies and the really shady website, I was like, no, this is not Ayush. This is
Literally said get rickrolled when I said accept cookies.
Yeah, that was the plan all along, and I can track every single time somebody clicks it.
Oh my God. But I did not. I did not, okay? I knew it when you sent it to everyone, and then you sent it to me direct message, but I did
She
not.
got a
Wait,
This
half
is this
work
is the
roll.
tracking. This is where I
You
can
should
track
got a
make
half
it.
work
I know what's so cheesy. You should make it so you like the links like says classroom.google.com, but when you click it, it's actually a Rickroll. Like you just had to edit the URL.
Yeah.
Ayush,
And
that's
then
a
when
pretty
Ryan,
good
and then
that
when
you.
Ryan, and then when Ryan says here's the Google Classroom link.
No, that
You
was fun.
you people. All right.
But you gotta give the credit to Ayush. That I mean, the pretty good site they made.
Okay. Okay. Hey, but Ryan and I are going to get back to you guys one time. It's gonna be like, here's a link that you guys
Yes, let's
really
get back
need
to the coding.
and you guys are all going to click on it.
Go.
All right, back to the code. All right, so we
Yes.
did the components, media, tedious stuff. We set the properties for the components, and then
Wait, check the chat. Check the chat.
All right, we gotta get moving, guys. But no more rig rolls.
All right, let's do this
No.
for the last
What
one.
are Rick rolls?
Oh
It's a good thing you don't know. Yeah, it's a good thing you don't know.
Yeah, it's a really good thing. Okay, back to the code. This is what we did last time. As I said, we just initialized a bunch of global variables. Today, what I have in store for you guys is I have a bunch of code that I already wrote because, again, drag and drop takes a lot of time. And you guys know drag and drop by now. It's pretty easy. You just color match it and then click on it, drag and drop. So what I'm gonna do is click on my backpack where I stored all of my code. Are you gonna open it? All right, okay. So yeah, this is all the code that we're gonna use for today. So get ready, guys. One thing that we did not initialize last time was this huge thing, and this is a list of lists of the Y positions of all the spikes. Really complicated when you hear it the first time, but think about it again. The name of the variable is spikes Y position 2. So we have 4 spikes, 3 to 4 spikes every time, and we want to randomly place them. The easiest way is to make a list of a bunch of random places and pick from that list throughout the game. So what we have over here is we have a list of 10 different arrangements of 4 spikes. So if you look over here in the last the child list, I'm using keywords here. All right, I'm seeing the chat go to 10 messages. I'm not gonna check it. Actually, I'm gonna check it.
You're good.
All right.
It's just random. Don't check.
Okay. I just want to make sure that there aren't any questions. Okay, so this child list of -100, 140, 210, and 365. These are the 4 places, the Y places, so how high all 4 spikes are supposed to be. Now you see there's a negative number. A negative number just means that that spike will be off the screen. And sometimes we do that because sometimes we want 3 spikes, sometimes we want 4 spikes. So these are just random numbers that look nice on the screen. And yeah, that's a list of
These random, or do you just need like these specific numbers, like, or you could just put any numbers else?
These numbers are good because they are like they look good on the screen. So like 140, 210. If you look, it's 140 or 145, 140 again, 170. If you do put random numbers like 23 or 67, actually there's 68, like some random number, it may not look nice on the screen because when we do develop games, we need to make sure that even random things do look nice when playing the game. These do, so it would be nice if you guys do copy this. Again, this all will be in the Google Classroom, so don't worry. All right. But also one more thing, Avnish, if you do want to try adding random numbers, a cool thing would be to go to math and create a random number. It's right here, random integers from 1 to 100. Just if you're feeling to be challenged, you can make that and try that out, see how that will work out. All right, so that completes all of the global variables that we need. Now we start initializing things. Next up in the backpack, again, I wrote this code beforehand just so we don't waste time like right now. And yeah, all right, so these are just,
Oh, we don't have that code.
yeah, no, you don't. Okay. So over here, this one is the next one. So when the screen one initializes, Amish, you guys are gonna get the code after this class. And like you'll have to drag and drop the blocks. That's why we're not gonna do that in like during the session. So this is when screen one initializes. So basically when someone opens up the app or when we scan the QR code, that is when, if we go to designer, here, this is screen one, like that's the whole screen. That's when it initializes, when the app opens up. And this is all, so let's just go through it. These green blocks are set, score label, bird sprite, white clock. So we're gonna set them to be visible or enabled or timer enabled. Basically, we're initializing them or telling each component over here to either appear or be enabled or not be enabled, because we do start with the play button. So when the screen is initialized, there's the play button, and the score label will be visible because we get the score from a database, and that'll be present when the screen opens. Next, as basically what I said, we're gonna set the global best score. Again, these variables, global best score, this is what we created right over here. Initialize global best score. So right now it is 0, but we're going to set that to a value from the score database. That score database is going to be right over here, the component that we added day 1. So we call that score database and get the value called database score tag. And the value for that will be sent to global best score, and it'll be saved to that. So right now, what will happen is when the screen is initialized, the best score from the previous play will appear on the screen. After that, if is empty is basically over here. If global best score is empty, then we set global best score to 0. It's just a way to settle any errors that do come. So if there isn't a best score from the previous play, we just set it to 0. And then we set the text how to if it's the first time. And then we set score label to best score if it's not the first time and there's a global best score. Now these 3 are functions that we have to make, and I have just called over here. Now I have them made already, so I'm just gonna zoom out and show you guys what we have so far, just so we know. All right, so let's add setup header. Sorry, I can't pronounce it. Setup header. All right. Setup header. There we go. So we have setup header, and then you guys might notice something. There's this red X thing. That just means that this function or whatever block of code will not work because something is not correct. And in this case, what isn't correct is we're calling a function that we haven't defined. We do define setup header. All right, we do define setup header, but we don't define setup play buttons or setup game visibility. Let's see. All right, so here is setup game visibility. So in here is basically we're making everything appear. But when the game initializes, it won't appear, but when it does, it will. That's why this visibility is a parameter that's passed in. And over here, when we do call this function, it is false. So now, right now, everything is hidden. But as soon as the player will click on the play button or press the play button, we will call this function again to set up game visibility to true. All right. Okay. Why is this? No. Okay. That's weird. Isn't that weird? Okay, let's just call this setup header 2 and setup game visibility 2. Okay, and then finally we have setup play button. Okay, setup play button should be right over here. Let's see. Okay, setup play button over here is going to set the position of the play sprite, basically that triangle thing. Here, let me show you guys. This thing, the play button. It's just gonna center it with the height and the width. So yeah. Now I see there's an error over here, set head sprite.x to something. I don't have anything over here. Let's add a head sprite dot width, because that's what we want to set it to. All right, that works out very well. So now we have these 3 functions done. I still don't get the, I shouldn't get this red X. Now let's see why. We have setup header 2, setup play button. And okay, so I have setup play button 2, but I'm just calling setup play button. Let's click that. It is still not doing it. Oh, because this false was detached. Now it should go away. It doesn't. Huh.
Setup game visibility 2.
Okay. It looks like I already have this handler component. That should, let me see. If I delete this. Okay, what do I do?
I think you already have the block when screen 1 is initialized. Zoom out.
Aha, okay. I have all these blocks here. Let me delete them.
Yeah.
All right, now. Okay.
So do we have to do this now, or do we copy it?
You don't have to copy it, because that would be really hard for you to listen, understand, and copy at the same time within the time constraint that we had. Just listen and try to understand what I'm saying. I know it kind of sounds like a lecture and stuff, but we just want to try to finish this app, and to do so, I'm like going through the code needed, and I will post all this code in the Google Classroom. You guys can copy it later on. And by copy it, I mean like actually write it using drag and drop. Okay, so now that X goes away and our code does not have any errors, this is where you see the warnings and the errors. So right now, if I do add an error, okay, it's fine. But yeah, this is where you will find an error. Okay, so that finishes the initialize. I just have, I think, one more function, and the functions like that it uses to add, and then that'll be it for today. And that is when play sprite is touched. So when the user clicks the play sprite button. Now we do have two errors, and that is because call click sound dot play is not here. Okay. What is the error? That does not sound good. Okay, this is a duplicate. Do I still have? There we go. I need to delete that. Okay, now we shouldn't have any errors. Okay, so when play sprite is touched, we play the click sound. So that's one of the media that we had, and we have that right over here, click sound. And if we click that, we get all of the blocks to click on that. This is pretty simple. So when you do touch that play sprite, only two things will start. We're gonna add more to it once we do have more methods made, but that'll be next week. Other than that, let me see. So what I'm clicking on is a backpack. We went over this like I think the first week or the second week, but it just stores your code for you. So if you want to use it at another time, you can use that. So we set up header, set up play button. We initialize screen one. We did add set up game visibility. And let's just do this. So this is a to procedure. So this is another function that we have to add. And what this does, this is the final thing. So what this does is set global score to 0 and set score label to the global score. So basically when this is going to be called when we click the play sprite button, and we're going to call this function, but not yet. Actually, let's just call it initialize game. All right, and then we're going to call it using procedures right here. Okay, so when play sprite is touched, we initialize game after clicking the sound and setting the timer enabled to true. So starting the flapping. We set the global score to 0 because that's the score for that game. And we set the global state ready. This we will use in the animations to actually start the flapping and the sprites. We set the score label to visible. So we unhide it as well as the header sprite. The header sprite is this. Oh my spikes. That will be set to hidden because we don't need that once the game starts, something that we've seen in other video games like Angry Birds. Sorry guys, I don't play many video games. That's like the last phone game that I played. And then finally, this I actually do like because it's some code that we have used in JavaScript and Python. Actually, we have used others as well, but I don't know. I just like it. It's for math. So this is a random integer. And what this conditional is saying is we create a random integer that's either 1 or 2. And if that random integer is 1, then we set the global is on left. So is on left is the spikes. Then we set it to true, else we set it to false. So basically, there's a 50-50 chance for the random number to be 1. And we're just randomizing where the spikes start at. And yeah, that is it for initializing the game and initializing the screen and then starting the game when the play sprite is clicked on. There's going to be more when the play sprite is touched, but I think that is enough code for today. This will take around like 30 minutes for you guys just to like click, drag, and drop. But if you guys do this, you guys will learn a lot of like which block is what type of code like control, logic, math, text, lists, variables, procedures. And yeah, you guys will learn the logic behind it as well. Do you guys have any questions? That was a lot of me talking, but yeah. Okay, we all are very silent. Was this too much?
No, actually,
Um,
kind.
You
Was
broke us.
Wait, what?
You broke us.
All right. So I know it does look like a lot of code, but just start with. I'm gonna give you like what to start with. Go along with the images that I send on Google Classroom, and one by one, just finish off each block of code. So like a bunch of code, and you guys will be done. So in total, today we did this last time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 blocks or like groups of code that you guys will need to add today. If not, I can try to download this whole like file, this whole project and send it on Google Classroom.
But like, how do we copy it?
Yeah, I don't know how that'll turn out, but I can try that. If that does work, then I think that'll be the best way to go. All right, so that is it for the coding part for today. I hope no one is asleep.
Well, definitely a lot of code today. Building out our foundation to finish out the app for next week. Like Bobby said, we'll probably post the completed file, or if the link, it's not like JS Fiddle, so we can't post a link and they can't get access, right, to the code.
Yeah, I know. But something that I'll try is I'll post a zip file of the whole project. If you just download it and open it up from MIT App Inventor, then you guys can see this whole project. Just don't actually, yeah, you guys can change anything in it as well, and that'll help Dejas too because you're new.
Yeah, so we'll attach the zip file to the Google Classroom post coming out in the next hour, and then guys just download it. And then there's an option on MIT App Inventor, open the project, and then open that file. Once you open that file, you'll have all of the 7 groups of code in the code we worked on the previous weeks as well.
Yep.
And anybody new, you'll have access to the new interface, all the completed code. So everybody will be all caught up.
And for those of you who are new, I also put the link to the playlist in chat on YouTube.
Thank you, Chase.
Chase, as always, yep. Yeah, so the
Bye.
link we put the link Chase put, it has all the videos from, or not only over this past summer, but our spring programs as well through January through May. We've done a bunch of videos. If you guys want to go back and look on some other programming techniques, whether it be Python, JavaScript, there's a bunch more content you guys can find on the YouTube channel as well. But with that, guys, that brings us till the end for our 7th week of our MIT App Inventor class. Remember, tomorrow we got web product development, and then next week will be the final week of our summer Tech Bytes programs as well. Guys, as always, take care. Catch you guys on the next one. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye. See you.
Thank you. See you